This is a photograph by the contemporary artist Cindy Sherman. Sherman is both the artist and actor in this somewhat enigmatic and perhaps disconcerting image. This untitled work is from a series of 12 images that Sherman created in 1981, known as the Centerfolds. Sherman created the Centerfolds at a critical point in the evolution of her artistic project. Between 1977 and 1980, Sherman had developed a series known as the Untitled Film Stills. The success of these fictional movie scenes established Sherman as one of the most highly acclaimed contemporary artists. However, by 1980, Sherman faced a creative quandary. Finding herself confined by the limits of the Untitled Film Stills, Sherman was looking for ways of reinventing herself as an artist. While praise and success are generally preferable to rejection and failure, critical acclaim has its own challenges. When you have already created what have been called the most important works of contemporary art, what do you do next? In the Centerfolds, Sherman continued her artistic project by reinventing her artistic project. In fact, self-reinvention had been one of the central themes of the Untitled Film Stills. Sherman had recreated her appearance over and over as she staged a range of cinematic moments. While none of these fictional characters were self-portraits, they each served as visual devices by which Sherman could explore and express her creative identity. Questions of identity are also present in this work. We don't know who this woman is, and furthermore, she seems undecided about her own identity. She holds a fragment torn from a newspaper. One bit of text that especially stands out is a classified advertisement. It reads, "Know yourself, know your future," and there is a phone number. At 2 feet by 4 feet, the image is large enough that this text can be easily read by an observant viewer. This text, and the implication that someone might seek out their identity by following the instructions of an advertisement, raises a question at the center of Sherman's artistic project. Who is the woman that we see in this image? In the Centerfolds, Sherman continued the practice of recreating her appearance as a means of testing the boundaries of identity. However, with the Centerfolds, Sherman also reinvented the visual vocabulary of her art. For example, Sherman began to use color. This color heightened the emotional intensity of the Centerfolds, compared to the more conceptual orientation of the black and white Untitled Film Stills. A second way in which Sherman's Centerfolds departed from her Untitled Film Stills is in their format. In fact, the Centerfolds got their name from the horizontal format of these images. One of the central issues in Sherman's art has been the ways in which the format of media imagery contributes to its content. In the Centerfolds, Sherman discloses the relationships between appearance and identity by making us conscious of how our perception of this woman is framed by the format of the image. The tremendous success of her Untitled Film Stills presented Cindy Sherman with a challenge. How could she both continue and depart from that inspired body of work? With her Centerfolds, which are her most daring images, Sherman not only demonstrated her capacity to reinvent who she could be in the image, but also how she could expand the visual and conceptual parameters of her artistic project.